Greetings, 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 and TGIF everyone. How are you doing? What's going on? Has your weekend began the way you wanted to? Well, mine haven't. It's cold. The temperature has dropped. The wind is strong and blowing, which means we got that wind chill that um, DeAndre likes for Chicago. Got that going. Now, yesterday we did have some snow. It started late, maybe about 11 p.m., I think, something like that. Woke up to the snow. I'm like, hey, everything's white. And it's almost gone because it was too warm for it to stay. But it's almost gone. It's still in the grassy areas, but as far as the sidewalks and all that, it's gone bye bye. It's like, what? The sun, like, I'll take care of this. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, that's how we got it over here. Not the most exciting thing, but that's what we have. I don't know how many of you guys drive, but I'm hearing a lot of people talk about those prices at the gas pump. I've been looking at some articles and hearing how, people are making jokes, but seriously, because of the war or the excuse of one, that's normally how it goes. They can jack up the price, and all those invested, they make money. And then once they make as much as they can, then all of a sudden the price drops. It's a miracle. But, this is how the world goes around. And there's really nothing we can do about it. It really isn't. You have to either become one of the elites, crooks, or stay a common person and get what you get. Try to pay and keep from complaining. But what can you do, as I said before? And as far as inflation and price increases and all of that, I was talking to some people on Wednesday, and I went to, what site was that? Whole Food. And I normally keep stuff in my cart. I just do that automatically. And I got a message stating that one items in your cart has increased. So I taken a look, and the price, it was my half and half that I like to get. It increased from, how much was it? It was 3.29, and it increased to 4.29. One whole dollar. One entire dollar, not 50 cents, not 20 cents. I mean, it just jumped. I'm like, what in the world? And I always tell you guys on Tuesday, hey, that's the day that the sale ends. So sure enough, I'm glad I did get some when I went. So when I end up going back, well, it's another dollar. Yo, 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 Little Rock 2517. How are you doing? I always like to tease you when I see yo, yo. I go, yo, yo. And you're consistent, I must say. You are consistent. Love that about you. What's going on, Don Teasy? Are you taking it easy since your birthday? Are you still out there wilding? What you doing? Hmm? Are you partying? You wilding out? You showing out? What you doing? I'm curious. What you up to? Well, I hope that you're still enjoying your birthday. It normally goes a month for most people. Hey, keep celebrating. Shoot, why not? It's your time. Yeah. And speaking of time, we've all seen on the YouTube streets a lot of stir about everything and some of anything. And just looking at the tea leaves, I'm like, I saw this in January. I said, you know what? This year for 2022 is going to humble a lot of people, a lot of people. And just think about it with the inflation and all of that. We don't know what else is going to happen. There's some more. We got a lot of people coming over here to the U.S. I mean, you just don't know. And this is just the beginning. We haven't hit spring yet. We haven't done, what, an entire 90 days yet? So, I don't know, people, but let's see what happened. Tonight, we're going to enjoy a reaction with a guy that, he wants to date, you know. And I love how the lady, she does her show. It's always a treat. And I think you're going to enjoy tonight. We're going to do a lot of that. As I said before, we don't have the letters. So it's only one other option: find other things to talk about or just turn it off. Like Teddy P, turn it off. So without further ado, you all know what to do. Let's enjoy the wonderful, the lovely, classic Ruby, everybody.
Hey y'all! Hey y'all! What's up? Hey y'all! I know I had to make my own little theme song because I know I only have one on Saturdays now, but I was feeling lonely and felt like I needed theme music. How
Oh,
you doing this evening, Shar?
I'm doing well. Okay, check you out. All right.
Right? You see, listen, if they don't bring the theme music for you, you bring your own. Right?
Mm,
Either way, you gotta show up prepared for anything. Anything.
yeah, hey, that's true. I can't argue with
That's
you there.
right. That's what I call it. Prepared. Y'all can call it whatever you want. I call it prepared. Whatever. Whatever. I'm saying, today I spent my time. I'm not even lying, making memes about Jesse Smollett. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Definitely want to cover that tomorrow. So, I figure instead of just using whatever the news prints up for a picture, why
Uh-huh.
not use a Ruby made meme, right? Because,
Okay.
because
You got them skills, you do that. Okay.
yeah, so it'll be entertaining. So that's what I was doing today, y'all. That yeah, I got time apparently on Friday. So I I have so many. They're terrible. They're so petty. That's what the problem is. You know what? I realized the internet has turned me into a very petty person. Like I used to think memes were mean. I was like, oh my god, guys, why would you do that so mean? Now I'm making my own memes and joke things. Oh god, I'm a terrible person. Straight to hell. Straight to hell. That's what it is. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
But I watched a little bit of the case, and the judge did mention that. He said, you got memes out there, you're the joke of the town for lying. All this
hmm
for some attention.
I don't even want to give away too much. For those of y'all who didn't actually watch the sentencing, I am going to for sure be playing some clips of it. And I gotta say, on one side, on one side, if you really thought you were being persecuted, what Jesse responded to all of that was good, I guess. But on the other side, man, he is dramatic. Like he is so dramatic. And the thing, what I thought was amazing was what Jesse said. Okay, he made one statement over and over and over again. But then it
Oh,
was when they asked that little old white lady. I don't even know who she was, and they're like, "Do you think that his comments were warranted?" And she's like, yeah, he just wanted to reassure people." I'm like, lady, that's what you thought that was about? To reassure people? Girl,
damn.
girl, girl. No one told you nothing about politics or black anything, or I don't know. She missed the memo. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. I know it shouldn't be, but it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Okay, well, I look forward to it. I sure do.
hmm
And everyone, you know we do the article reaction on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Central
hmm
Standard Time. So join on in, check out the
hmm
articles and our Kens and Karens. They're off the hook.
Yes. Hey, y'all know I got those for days. For days. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good. I feel it in my bones. This weekend, okay, between today and tomorrow, it's gonna be the best of 2022. I already feel it in my soul. Feel it. I feel it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we can do a little Friday dance, We
Mm-hmm.
can do that,
Oh
warm up a
yes.
little bit. Then we're going to get on into this interesting dating, if we will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm excited about it. I don't know. I'm looking forward to doing this. I just do. I really do.
I stopped watching it, but I found out that that's what we were doing today. I stopped. So I want to be surprised. I want y'all to get my original reaction. That's
Yeah,
oh
I
my
didn't
gosh.
finish it either, so I'm with
Mhm.
you. I only just enough to know if it's something I wanted, because you have to have some points to talk about, So,
Right. Oh, there's
but
so many. I'm not even sure if we're gonna have enough time to talk about all the points today. It might have to be a two-part
oh,
series.
okay. Well, I was really thinking that we probably wouldn't, but okay, all right, well,
Oh
okay,
my God. Everything he said. Okay, no, well, we're not gonna ruin it for y'all. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna
all
wait.
right.
Y'all will
Let's.
see.
All right, let's get our dance on. All right, Friday dance, y'all. Here we go.
All
Got her. We gon' start this thing over. Groove all in the middle of the night. Come on, come on. Let's do it, baby, do it, baby. Let's do it, baby, do it, baby. Let's do it, baby, do it, baby. Let's do it, baby. I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back to fall with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back to fall with you. I'm living my best life. Ain't going back to fall with you.
All right, warmed up. Are you warmed up?
Very much, ma'am. Very much. I had a kick in my neck. It's gone now, so we're good to go.
All right.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me share the screen. There we go. Wonderful. All right. Let's get it popping.
Oh gosh.
That's what we got? Okay, let's work with it. What's your name?
It's Kwame,
Kwame. Where you calling us from?
New York,
New York's in the building. How old are you?
47.
47. Do you have any kids?
Nah,
You never wanted kids?
nah, I don't want kids.
Oh, you don't want kids. Okay. We got to that early. Would you date a woman with kids?
Never.
You don't want kids and you don't want to date a woman with kids.
Nah,
So let's just look. We got to the deal breakers real fast in this conversation. All right, Kwame, what do you do for a living?
shit. I'm a district manager of 5 restaurants and 5 hotels.
District manager for 5 restaurants and 5 hotels. That's an awesome job. Kwame, I'm just curious. Why did you never want kids?
I don't want the headache. I don't want nobody taking none of my money.
Okay.
Ah, I don't want the headache. Okay, if he thinks kids headaches, okay, I'll give that to him. But I don't want anybody taking my money. Mm,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not quite sure what he means by that. Yeah.
He means he's incredibly selfish and self-centered. He hasn't grown up, so he's very him-centric, the way like 7-year-olds are all about themselves, right? He's the same. He's never grown out of that. So for him, everything should be about him, 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 him. Any time he has to think about anything outside of him is a headache and a stress and not worth it. And then on top of that, taking my money. Like he's like literally he would
Yeah.
be the most graceless, most selfish, most miserly, most penny pinching dude to ever date. Okay? He's one of them dudes. He's one of them dudes that you go inside his house and there's frost on the inside of the windows, and he'll tell you to go find you a blanket because he ain't spending his money on no gas bill. Right? Like he's one of them people. Like life with him would be miserable. And the thing is, I don't understand why anyone would choose life with him if it was not to build a family or because you needed support because you already, started a family that fell apart somewhere. Like, why would you like? I'm listening to him just from his attitude, his lack of like, he's the most boring ass personality, and then he says that, and I'm like,
Mm.
I'm supposed to want to live with that man for the rest of my life, just me and him, just us.
I
Like,
don't even know about the board. I don't even know. I'm just from what he said, it seemed like he has an attitude and there's
hmm
something wrong. If I only got a chance to get that from him, that would be a no for me.
oh yeah,
I would be
yeah,
concerned about his tone and
hmm
just that little bit right there. That'll be enough. Like, no, I'll pass. Greetings,
hmm
greetings, Fonda. How are you?
Oh,
Welcome.
hey, girl, hey.
Hey, Ruby. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Well, you know what? Right out the gate, I'm not going to judge this dude too hard. He is very, very specific.
Okay.
He doesn't want any women with children. He doesn't want to have any children of his own because basically, in his mind, children take your money.
Well, yeah.
So, you
That's
know what? It's better to not have any kids so your money's not taken than to have kids and not give them any money.
yeah. It's just choice of words did it for me, but okay.
Well, he did sound a little deflated. I mean, it just very uninterested. I mean, you're on a dating
Right,
show. He's on a dating show, and he's like, no,
right,
no kids, a day a headache. I don't want no woman with no kids. I don't want to have no kids because I want to keep my money.
right.
Okay, well, go on and keep your money, fool. Go on and keep
Listen,
it.
the way I see it is this, okay? In survival of the fittest, people like this are literally losers. And they're announcing it out the gate that they're a loser. I'm going to explain, okay? I'm not calling him a
I
loser.
like the way you break it down. Break it down, girl. Let me hear
Thank
this.
you, thank you. Right now, I'm not saying he's a loser because of his looks or because of his dry toast personality and delivery. No, no,
Girl,
it's because
dry
this
toast, dry ass
as
toast.
hell,
Just
as
crunchy,
hell,
crunchy.
girl. But okay, if the point of humanity, of life, right, of living, right, survival of the fittest is what literally our measure of someone's success in the race of survival of the fittest is their ability to produce offspring and then raise that offspring to the point where they produce offspring. And once you've done that successfully, that is you completing the race of survival of the fittest. Okay. If you are going to let your genes die off on purpose, that's your plan. That is your life plan. Your life plan is to let your genes die off with you. Okay. That is like a self-delete button in your head. Okay. That is saying, listen, my genes are so pointless, defective, low class, whatever it is, that they don't even deserve to be perpetuated. Okay, that is literally, to me, the lowest of low. It's literally by definition, it is deleterious. It's not like he's saying, "Listen, I don't want to raise someone else's kids. Hopefully, if I find the right woman, we'll try for kids. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But yeah, I'm open to having kids." No, he's saying no. And why is he saying no? It's not because of some health issues. It's not because he's going to die in a year from some terrible disease, right? His plan is that he is too selfish, okay? And he wants to hold all of his money in his own hand and share it with nobody. That's why. That's why he wants to intentionally let his genes die off. Like, no, loser. That's it. I'm sorry. No. Mhm.
All right. What I'm going to try is we have a little small comment when we stop it, and then if we need to replay it and pick up maybe some other pointers and speak a little longer on it, we'll do that
Mm-hmm.
instead of just saying everything in one setting.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay.
spread it out. Let's see how that works.
Okay.
All righty, here it
Mhm.
goes.
Okay, okay. And you don't want to date a woman that has children by somebody else.
Nah, that's too much drama.
That's too much drama. Okay, listen, you know what you want. This is Kwame, New York, 47, no kids, district manager of 5 restaurants and 5 hotels, you said, right?
Yes.
When's your birthday?
June 10th.
June 10th, you're a Gemini.
That's the best. The best sign in the world.
Crazy.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm. Kwame, let's do it. What kind of woman are you looking for?
She gotta make money. Can't stand no broke woman.
What's broke to you? How much money she gotta make, Kwame?
60.
Okay, she gotta make at least 60.
Wait a minute.
What
Wait
man
a
says
minute.
that? I'm just sorry. I don't want no broke woman.
Wait a darn minute.
You don't want a woman that can't wine and dine you? What does that mean? Nobody's
Yeah.
asking him to go to the homeless shelter and look for a woman, but it's like, so a man gonna come out the gate and be like, okay, well, how much you make a year? I'm not disclosing that to any man that I would be dating. First of all, there's no label on my forehead that says, looking for someone to take care of me, what you got. How about we find if we have anything in common? If you met me, did you meet me at the homeless shelter? I mean, you're going to eventually find out from getting to know the woman, that she actually is self-sufficient, can take care of her own personal needs, basic needs at the very least. And if she doesn't have any kids, I would think she'd be in an even better boat, less stressed, because he's looking for someone, similar to him.
I have not watched an episode at all of Kevin Samuels, but just clips of what I've seen, postings. I am positive that I've heard that he said that men don't care about your money. Did you all hear that?
I've heard him tell that lie. Yes, I have.
Okay, I just wanted to see if that's what Kevin said.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, 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 and Kevin.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Kevin.
Right?
Mm.
That's what
Girl.
Kevin said. But
Kevin, girl.
I'm just saying, Char, I told you last year on Keep the Beat, I told you with that song, she got her own. She got her own. Remember that song? Right? And you told me that's a lie. You think it's a lie. And I'm like, no, there really are men out there who are like that. Maybe not quite as extreme as this dude, but they're like that. They like a woman who makes money, who can make money moves, right?
So
That's
can
what
I ask you a
Cardi
question?
is.
So if he's looking for a woman that's making money, does that make him a gold digger? Because I've heard women say, "Oh no, he's got to make a certain amount of money." Oh, you gold digger? So does that make him a gold digger?
No, because he doesn't want her to spend any money on him. But remember that it's very key that he doesn't want to have to spend his money on
Oh,
anybody
he's looking for
ever.
someone to go 50-50 with. Okay, I got it.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. She can listen, not only can she not have kids, right? It's not even that she has to be able to take care of her own kids. So does not have kids at all. Because an incidental might then come up that requires him to come out of pocket like $20 or something. He's not doing it. Right. So as long as she could pay her own bills, take care of herself, feed herself, clothe herself, right, get herself places. That's on her. Okay. Then he'll deal with her. I mean, I don't know what the benefit would be, like when this is the mentality and the mindset, but that's what he's looking for in a wife, right? He's a roommate. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, this is just a beginning of a date, but okay, I'll leave that. Anything, Vonda, before we continue?
No, let's see what else this gold digger has. This 50-50 dude got to say, because he's advertising 50-50 all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
150. So
Say what?
I make 150.
Okay, you make 150, so she got to make at least 60.
Yes.
Okay. What else she got to have, Kwame?
She can't look like a beast.
She can't look like a beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that mean?
What else,
She
Kwame?
gotta have her own house, like I have mine. She gotta have her own car. She gotta pay her own bills.
He want another man.
How to gold diggers.
Um, uh,
He wants he
I
wants
kind of
20 man.
understand, but maybe he just said it incorrectly. But she has to have her own house. I mean, she has to have a house. She can't live in an apartment or
What if
a
she's a
condo
minimalist and she lives
or
in a tiny house? She's paying her own bills. Would he have a
yeah,
problem with that?
yeah.
He done already put a dollar limit on how much she can make. What if she makes 20,000 a year, but she's fine with that? She's not in the material thing. She's a minimalist. You know, she lives in a studio apartment. What what was that? That could still be classified as an independent woman, but in order to date him, she got to have a certain dollar amount.
Okay, let's see where this goes.
She got to have her own car, pay her own bills. A lot of
Yeah.
gold. Okay. What
And
else?
she 50-50. I'm tired of 80-20.
What's 50-50 to you? So she got to pay the bills if she lives with you?
Yeah, she gotta help, of course.
But she got to pay half?
Yeah, half, of course.
Why? You're the man.
And she's a
You
woman.
just said you made $150,000 and she
So-
makes 60,000. You want her to go half on your 150? That don't even make even to the plate.
It doesn't matter. She gotta at least have 60. At least that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, let's say she has 60, you have 150. You still have more than her. So half is not her half. Your half is not her half.
But that's what I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have more than her, no matter what.
So okay, so just ideally, I just want
He's supposed to have more than her no matter what. Where's
My
he
brain
going with
hurts.
this?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, okay, because and this I've said this before to the men when or the women when they say the opposite thing. I'm like, well, here's the problem, and I get it, right? But if you're making 150,000 and you're dating someone who's making 50,000, right? And you're insisting on a 50-50 relationship. Well, only about what you can't pay 100% of your income into paying half of the rent or half of the mortgage. You can't. It would be ridiculous, right? So that means maybe she's gonna at max put in 50,000 a year, right? But half of your income is 75,000. That means you can afford a way higher quality of living than she can, right? And therefore, if you're going to go 50-50, you're going to drop the standard, the quality of living that you could have just to make sure that she's paying half the bills. What? Like, how does that make any sense? Why would
Right.
you drop your standard of living to try to make things fair when it wouldn't even be fair? The only way it would be fair is if you dropped it in such a way that it wasn't a strain on her finances. She could still put away money for savings just like you can. She could still afford to pay all her other bills and pay for food and pay for incidentals just like you could. Maybe not as much as you could, but just like you could. So then you're going to what? You're going to leave from where you live now to go live somewhere that's like $30,000 a year just so
Right.
she can pay 50-50? Like what?
So all of this is a little pretentious because okay, you're dating her. Are you're gonna ask her to move in and pay 50-50 on the first date? No, she's still living wherever she's living, paying her own bills because you already gave the requirement that she has to have her own house. So if she has her own house, why would she move in with you to pay half of the bills over there? She can be fine where she's at. I mean,
Right.
wherever you guys
Yeah.
are both living in your independent places, you got to pay your bills where you're at. Why wouldn't she just stay where she was? I mean,
He said he wanted her to pay her own bills. So if she's giving part of money to him, I'm done. Let's listen to
Yep.
some more. Yeah, let's
Okay.
just,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
I want to make sure I understand. Y'all live together. There's a mortgage. You expect her to pay half of the mortgage?
Nah,
Okay.
I got
You got the mortgage. Okay, fair enough. What does she have to contribute to?
the light. I got the car note. So light
Okay.
bill, water bill, food.
Okay. All right. All right. So he got the mortgage and he got the car note. You gotta take care of the groceries. Let's keep going, Kwame. What's the age
How
range
is
of
that
your date?
50? Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if she got to have her own car. What car note is he talking about?
Mm, mm,
It just sounds like
that
to me she just cannot be comfortable. He does not want her to be comfortable while she's dating him. He will not stand for her to be comfortable. That if she's too comfortable, then she's getting over.
I think what he's saying is this. He's not willing to pay for anything that he wouldn't already pay if he lived by himself. So he's not going to pay for anything that's for her specifically, right? So he's willing to pay his car note because it's for his car. He's willing to pay the mortgage for his house, right? I'm sure his name would have to be on the lease, otherwise he ain't paying her, right? He's
Okay.
willing to pay for those things. For everything else, right? Things that like so the gas, electricity, food, she has to pay for that. At least 50-50 or all of it, right? Because he's not going to pay no woman's way, no how. That's ultimately, I think, what his issue. He's not paying no woman's way, no how. No woman's getting one over on him. And that's his whole. It sounds like that's what his whole point is. He thinks he's made this like master class, a foolproof plan, right? No woman's getting one over on him. Y'all will see. It totally makes sense, and I think he really feels good about this right now. Like he feels brilliant. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
Kevin said,
and Kevin 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 and Kevin.
Facts. Up and down facts.
yeah,
I'm just saying.
Well,
okay.
you know what? If I'm dating somebody, we're just dating. I'm getting to know you, and I'm not going to be discussing, paying 50% of any bills over where you live because I'm happy with paying 100% where I'm at. Um, you know, that's I mean, yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either, but I will say one thing. I am
Mhm.
so grateful that he tells me upfront the way he thinks so I don't waste my time or his.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. At
Well, his
least.
enthusiasm says a lot. I'm just saying this man is about as enthusiastic as, a sloth.
Okay, let's see if it gets better.
21 to 25.
21 to 25 and you're 47.
Yeah, I don't
That's
want no.
ridiculous.
I don't want no older woman. They have too many baby daddies.
They
Yep.
have too many baby daddies. But there are some women that have baby daddies, in his words, from 21 to 25. So that
Yeah.
doesn't eliminate just because he choose that age range. But this is the question I have. What 21 to 25-year-old have their own physical house,
Hmm.
car, and making $60,000? That's
Thank
willing
you.
to
And wants to
date.
date a old crunchy, unenthusiastic 47-year-old, stick in the mud.
Facts. But that's what it is. That's what like as soon as people say stupid things like this, like I can't take you seriously anymore. I think this was exactly the moment, Shar, where I texted you and I was like, girl. Have you seen this dude? What the hell is this? I think this was the moment. So I'm like, did you say 21 to 25? So what 21-year-old to 25-year-old man or woman of any demographic do you know has been making $60,000 or more? Because remember, that's his cutoff, right? It's a minimum of 60,000, right? Or more for long enough that not only do they make that much money, but like you said, they own their own house, they own their own car, right? They're financially stable. They're good. Like, what are you talking about? 21 to 25. Like that's young. Those people are normally still in college if they went, or they're just establishing their career path. Like they're, making not maybe not minimum wage, but they're pretty low down there. Trying to establish themselves, trying to slowly build contacts, build whatever. Like what unrealistic world did he make these rules in? He's obviously never dated anyone who fulfills this, not even once. He's never dated one woman who is 21 to 25, who makes $60,000 a year, owning her own house and her own car. And and also doesn't look like what do you call it?
A
Can't
beast.
look like a beast, right? Doesn't look like a beast. Guaranteed. He's never even met this woman, let alone dated her. He's just creating stuff up in his head.
Yeah, he picking some talking points he's heard from a stream here and a stream there, and I will agree with you. Clearly, he has not dated any woman of this age, regardless
Mm-mm,
if she's at home with her mother or in a dorm room in college. He's never dated that. He's never touched it.
ever.
Never,
Mm-mm.
not even smelled it in the hotel room. He run across it. So yeah, okay,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. Let's continue with this.
Okay.
They have too many baby daddies.
You are you being serious or are you trolling me?
Serious, real serious.
Okay, okay, 30 is 17 years younger than you, and that's still older. Like if you say like 30, 35, but 21, like 21 and you're 47.
About 25 to 30. That's better for you.
No, dude,
What?
go with
Okay,
what
the
you
last
want.
woman you dated, how old was she?
30.
Okay, 30. So why do you want to go younger than 30?
Because she had so many kids, I couldn't deal with it.
Okay, so you dated a 30-year-old because that's the youngest anyone was willing to go with you because you had a little money. You had a little money. You flashed, but she has so many kids. So you think if you just shave off a good 10 years or so, you can find one without children, and that's your answer. Your final
Mm-hmm.
answer? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No, sure. I'm about to say that I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but not only am I going to say what Kevin said, but I'm going to say that what Kevin said was right. That's right. What Kevin said. Mm-hmm. I'm
Oh,
serious. You ready for it?
I think I'm ready for it. Okay.
Okay.
Here
Now,
goes.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin.
Shut up. Boo, 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 boo.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I can't with you. I can't. I can't. But
Yeah.
no, for real, right? So what Kevin said, and I'm being serious, he said he was talking about women, but I'm gonna say this about everybody because it seems to be true about everyone. People talk about what they want in this like bubble, in this vacuum that is like removed from any form of reality.
Right.
Because right? Because the reality is that what you want, the person you want also wants things. And they are also in a level of ranking of, in comparison to their peers. And the higher you rank, right? On the, as they say, the sexual market value, right? The higher you rank, the more you can make, demands and have them met. So when we're talking about women who are under 30 years old, who have no children, no baby mama drama of any kind, okay, who are, I'm going to say, are attractive. That's what he meant by the no beasts comment, right? Who also are not gold digging bitches. Let's be real. That's also what he meant. Cool. Those women are not choosing him. They're not. They're not choosing a man who even thinks like him, because women who are that they're ranking really high, which means that most men with any kind of common sense know that in order to get that woman and secure her, there has to be certain trade-offs. One of them is protection and provision, right? Because women want to be protected and provided for. That is a man's function, and women find that attractive. And you are refusing to do that, sir. And you're 47 years old. So trust me, your swimmers, not as hot as they used to be. But it's great. You don't want children. But guess what? Most of the women you're talking about in that, they want children. So why would they choose you? Where is the benefit of that woman giving up children for life to marry you? So what? So she can take care of herself? Then what's the point of her marrying you when she can get the protection and provision because she's young and beautiful and, you know, has got a mind of her own and achievements of her own and is in those higher echelons circles of men, right, where she can have access to them? Why would she choose you? Like, he's not thinking at all. He's really not. It's weird.
Ruby, I'm gonna tell you a little something about these modern men. These modern men are allergic to the words provide and protect. They are very offended if you bring up the word provide and protect. They get highly offended because yeah, you're asking way too much. So saying those words provide and protect will get your face slapped by these modern men. They're very much against that. They want everybody to be on their own. Like I said, you know, even if she had all that stuff on her own, there is absolutely no reason to go, you know, pack up all her shit out of her own house that she got and take it over to Mr. Grumpy's house and pay half the bills over there.
Right. And again, he's 47. Hey, by the way, I don't know why men think they have forever. Like there's nothing goes on with them. But I'm gonna tell y'all something because men don't seem to know this. When a woman who's 25 and under tries to get pregnant with a guy who's under 25, on average it takes 6 months to a year. When she's trying with the guy who's over the age of 40, it takes 2 to 3 years. It's not because of her, it's because of the guy. Right? Because again, your swimmers get less effective as you age. So I think a lot of guys like this, he's 47. He doesn't see himself as old. He thinks he's got time. He thinks he's got forever. That's really what it is. And so he thinks he can just make these decisions, right? And it's going to have no bearing on his future. And he's not realizing that, no, it will. Right. And even if you make more money in the future, sir, 150,000, maybe you get up to 250,000. Like he doesn't have the social graces or like that thing where you know how to put yourself together in a certain way, where he doesn't have certain things that would make him look like he's becoming more marketable, shall we say, as he ages. Like, I think that I probably would have rated him higher when he was 25 with this attitude, honestly. I don't know, like that arrogance and I don't need a wish, you better pay 50-50 because you're young and arrogant and stupid, and I expect you to be a little foolhardy and irrational at 23 to 25. I don't expect it from a 47-year-old man who supposedly manages as a district manager for several successful restaurants and hotels. I don't expect this. I don't. It's crazy.
But Ruby, really... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Ruby really hit the nail on the head because it's like, dude, you're trying to go for the youngest that you possibly can get in hopes that she doesn't have kids. But to get with your crunchy behind, she got to like close her womb down. Like... What 21 would be like, oh, let me get with Mr. 47-year-old with the dry personality and I'm just not going to have any kids.
Right.
What all she got to do is, you know, is pay the light bill and the water bill and the food. So, you know.
But that means she's working. Does he expect her to cook and clean? Or
oh my God.
Is there a housekeeper that comes by and takes care of those? Because, I mean,
girl,
she's working.
He
Not
ain't
like
paying
he's
for no
taking care of her.
housekeeper. He's cheap. He's cheap. He wants his money for himself. Remember, he ain't paying for no housekeeper. Are you crazy? You must be
Right.
out your mind.
You're right about that.
Hmm.
But I do have a question, though. I'm Char Willie.
Hmm.
I got questions.
Okay, let's
I
hear it.
would like to know at 47 years old, or just, now, why is it out of 5 restaurants and 5 hotels, he doesn't have any type of prospects?
Hmm.
That's what I like to know. And we're gonna play a little bit more, but Sheed is going to sing
Oh,
because we got a donation here. Thank you so much.
hey.
So you have made Sheed sing. So Sheed, you know what to do. I
All
need
right,
you to hit it,
she.
okay? Here you go.
Yes. Why? Thank you, Melody Love.
Thanks,
That's
sweet Melody.
yes. Sweet Melody Speaks. I co-host with her on Tuesdays on her show. Thank you for coming out, girl, and supporting our efforts and endeavors here to come up with solutions and to point out hypocrisy and just blatant bullshit tonight. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yes, Jessica, he's 47, want a 21 to 25-year-old, must make $60,000. I think he might have
Hmm.
dropped it to $50,000. She has to have her own car, no children, and she has to have a house. And keep on listening.
Hmm.
Here goes.
So you basically want a woman with no kids.
Yes.
And you want a
And
woman at that age that doesn't want kids ever.
no, they want. Oh, we can, but it's got to be.
Okay, now you're
Yeah,
confusing me
he's
because you told me you
stuttering.
didn't want kids and the lady can't have
I
kids. So
really don't want kids, but if if she want kids, we could get kids. But
You gonna get them. So what, you gonna
What?
order them?
Where? Of Amazon?
Amazon?
You gonna snatch some? Like I'm
Oh, we can
confused.
get
What?
them. Oh, there's one. Grab them.
This does
What?
not make any sense. He literally said, "I'm not dating a woman with any kids, and I don't want no kids. I want
Well,
no
there.
kids at
Hey,
all.
yeah.
But if she wants kids, I guess we could
Now
get
we can
some."
get them. We
What?
can get them. My sister got some extra kids. We can get the kids. I'm not
Oh,
saying we
true.
can't get none.
That
Just like
that
where
is
you supposed to
true.
get them from. You just go pick them up from random family members. Let's go get the kids. But I'm not trying to have my own, but we can get them if
Um,
she wants some. We just go to Walmart and get some kids.
Yeah,
what I'm worried
sometimes.
about though is how you gonna get the kids if you refuse to let the kids have your money. Remember, because that's the reason why he didn't want the kids, right?
Right.
Is because he didn't want them kids to get his money because his money is his for him. Okay, so I'm trying to understand then what's he where first of all where's he getting the kids from, right? But
Yeah.
second of all, how do you feed and clothe them? And just what you expect them to work? Oh, maybe he's gonna get them to work. Sweatshop. Maybe he wants to run a sweatshop and he's gonna get some kids, put them in the sweatshop, and let the woman be the manager of the sweatshop so it feels like she's sort of raising the children.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's sounding more and more unappealing as we go on.
You see? What is wrong with this guy?
Yeah, I want to know where you gonna get these kids.
Mhm. And you don't normally hear men this old talking about 50-50. I'm going to be real. You don't normally hear men who are over the age of 45 talking about 50-50. It's a young man's game. Young men are, the ones who are, I'll say, under 27, right? They came out with the 50-50 thing, and it had to do with the fact that these young girls were dating them when they were young, right? That everyone's 21, 22, 23 in college and expecting like ridiculousness, right? Expecting, oh, why are you flying me to Florida and Cuba and this place and that place? And oh, why aren't we going in to these restaurants that are $500 a plate each? And whatever. And it's like, it was too expensive. It was too expensive to date. So then they started with the 50-50 thing. And I kind of understood that when it came to, casual dating, no one's about to get
Right.
married anytime soon. And,
Right.
these women didn't have realistic expectations for what a 21 to 23-year-old guy could afford. So I got that. But this man is 47 years old and makes $150,000 a year. and he's still talking like he never grew up. It's just so weird. It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what his hobbies and stuff is.
Oh
Let's see
God.
what happens.
Oh God. I'm scared.
No, I don't want no lady having kids. I don't have kids.
I listen, I respect that. I'm not gonna give you pushback on your desire and that way. So, but I just want to be clear, because when you started off, you said you didn't want kids ever. Now you're telling me you're open to having kids with a woman.
Really, I'm not open. Let's be real. But
Okay, you know what?
Right.
What, a man of 47 years old can't make up his freaking mind? I mean, he done changed his mind 4 times in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, he has.
Yep. I
He
think
on the wrong
Melody's got
show.
it. Delusion, not just for the modern women, y'all. Okay, everyone can be delusional, and this dude's got it. He is delusional as hell. Like he just says things, right? Like he's just speaking. Like he's not even trying to. Like how many times has he flip flopped on this one point? Oh, let's be real. I'm not really open. But if she wants kids, we can get kids. But I don't
But
want
I
kids.
really
I
don't
ain't
want
getting my
none.
money. Right? They ain't getting my money. Okay. And also, she got to have her own house, her own car, make 60K before the age of 25, because I'm only dating women from 21 to 25, and they all have to have those requirements. Like, oh, and she can't be a beast. Don't forget the beast part. Okay.
Yeah, which we
Oh, they
don't know
must
what
be,
that
they
is, and I
must.
don't blame her for not even going in that direction to say what that was or what it wasn't. I don't
Mm,
blame her.
Well,
nope.
But one thing's for certain, you have to figure out what it is you want before you approach a woman, and he's flip flopping. He's not sure.
yeah,
So
he's
I
not
think that's
standing 10 toes down on it. And you know what? That right
mhm.
there is where you're going to end up with, women not even wanting to be bothered, because you said one thing, then you did another. You're flip flopping back and forth. This would be a type of scenario where he get with a woman, you know, because I don't want the kids, but yeah, we can get the kids. She gets pregnant, and he's like, "Oh, you trying to trap me?" It's like, fool, you not even precise about what it is you want. Now, he started out the gate really great. I don't want no kids. I don't want no woman with no kids. I'm like, oh, okay, well, he can,
That was
he
great.
to that. I didn't have a problem with that. But then you want to flip flop all over the place, and she got to have all these strict requirements. And I'm starting to see why he is looking and not currently holding a woman right now.
Exactly. And
Right.
that sound to me a little bit, as far as not being together, that's something, that Kevin, you know, I've heard him say. Yeah.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, 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 and Kevin.
Shut up.
Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
He got to get it together. Let's see what more we have. Oh, Lord. Woo.
Okay, I'm
I
interested.
would
Let's see.
have a kid. You understand?
Okay.
But I don't want no older woman. They have too many baggage.
What about a 30-year-old woman who does not have kids?
That's rare.
There's plenty of 30-year-old women with no kids.
Right? Where? And
I don't have any kids. I'm over 30. My assistant's in here. She's over 30. She doesn't have kids. There's women.
Yeah.
Huh?
that's rare. That's like playing the lotto.
Okay. So you haven't met a lot of women over 30 with no kids. So this is why you want 25 to 30.
Yes.
Have you
Since
ever
when?
dated a woman in her 20s at your age?
Yeah.
How does that work? Why don't those relationships last?
Why it didn't last?
Yeah.
Oh, they party too much
Yeah, that's
So
a
that's
question with a
because
Oh my
question.
God.
every time you date a woman in that category.
all the time.
Okay.
Not all the time.
I had to mute because that's what, I was yelling. Like, listen. So his problem, he's dated women under 30. His problem with the women he's dated under 30 is they wanted to what? They want to party all the time. Not that they have kids, not that they gold digging, right? All of the things that he's created, right, has nothing to do with his lived experience. His lived experience is that women under 30 want to party too much for him, and he's ready to live the settled life. Right. But instead of saying, well, maybe women under 30 aren't for me, then maybe I want a woman who's 32, 33, 35, 39, 42, because he doesn't want kids anyway. Right. So get one of them women, because there are women who decide they also don't want children or that they can't have children for whatever reason. Right. Get one of those women who's a little older and a little more settled that you don't need to have children. Right. And then you're good. Why are you still fishing for this young kind of woman? You don't want any part of the young life. You don't want to party. You don't want the children, right? I'm guessing you want the nice, quiet, stay-at-home kind of life. So why are you looking for the opposite? I'm very confused. Makes no sense.
Nor will it. Let's listen to some more.
Okay, let's keep going. Does woman got to be in New York?
No.
Okay. You told me she got to make a certain amount of money already. When was your last relationship, Kwame?
2 years.
When was it? You don't got to answer.
Comment 2 years ago. Mr. Six-Figure, man.
I want to hear the next one, because I know normally she asks that and she says, "When's the last time you actually, had relations?"
Had relations.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
See if we get an answer.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. You told me she got to make a certain amount of money already. When was your last relationship, Kwame?
2 years.
When was it? You don't got to answer this question, but when was the last time you was intimate with a woman?
2 years.
So you haven't had sex in 2 years?
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't expect that. Tell me why.
Why should I? Wouldn't even, should I? Okay. Having sex with women is not always good. Y'all get emotional.
He got too many complaints. I'm sorry. This fool got too many complaints. Yeah. I'm sorry. He just got way too many complaints. He done complained about everything about the women.
But we are emotional, but he said we get emotional.
Oh my
Why?
God.
Right.
Because
So
you didn't
now
do
he
the right
wants a
thing?
woman from 20 to 25 or 25 to 30 who can have indiscriminate sex with him and not get attached to him, but she got to have her own money, her own job, her own house, and she can't want no kids, but she can't party. Who the hell is sitting around waiting for that?
Right. Like literally, by definition, not for anything, right? But every time I hear of couples, like married couples who, or even single people who are saying, I'm choosing not to have kids for my life, right? Ever. The majority of them are doing it for that reason, that they want to be able to vacation and party and whatever without, having this anchor of kids, holding you down or preventing you from just living life how you want. Right. But no, he doesn't want to do any of that. Right. But then apparently he's a high value man making $150,000 a year, managing all this stuff, hotels and restaurants. Right. But he doesn't party. He doesn't go out. He wants a woman. He wants a nice, young, hot, sexy woman to not sleep with. Right. Because she'll then get emotional. So then he could not sleep with her. She could pay all of her own bills. He'll pay his bills. They don't have children together and they don't have sex because she'll get emotional.
No, why doesn't he just hire a prostitute?
Because then he'd have to have sex with her. No, he doesn't want to have sex.
She won't get emotionally attached. She won't get emotionally attached. The prostitute's not trying to have a baby. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. She's going to want his money. Damn. That requirement's messed up right there. Okay.
I think he wants a female best friend. Like that's what it sounds like. Because it doesn't, like, where's the part where you're in a relationship? Because it seems like he doesn't want any part of having a relationship with a woman, right? He doesn't want to sleep with her, doesn't want her to get emotionally invested, right? Doesn't want to protect and provide for her, doesn't want to have children with her, doesn't want to share a
What is
dwelling
he
with her.
offering?
Right.
What is he offering? Because it don't even sound like he's offering no, good dingaling. He ain't worked his out in 2 years, but now, if he work it out, he afraid she gonna, get emotional with him.
Well, I said earlier he need to call Tyrone. That's what he need to do.
Oh my
I think he's
goodness.
lying.
He's
You know what?
complaining too much. He's going down the tubes. He is going down the
He's
tubes.
lying. He's the guy who is desperate to get a woman that he wants, right? The young, hot, sexy thing. But he also understands that his actual value on the actual marketplace means that the only way he could get that kind of woman, in essence, is to pay for it, right? This is why he's complaining. So he pay for it either by taking a woman who has a bunch of kids and providing for all of them, or getting a single woman who has no kids, but then having to provide an incredibly expensive lifestyle for her, right? And he doesn't want to have to do that. What he wants is to be worth it, just inherently when he wakes up in the morning, be worth that woman, that 21, 23, 25-year-old super hot dime, right? He just wants that kind of woman to be hanging off of his nuts and just begging for his validation and attention, and he has to do nothing in return to get her. That's really what this is all about. And he knows, no, he doesn't rank high enough. He's got to pay. He's got to pay to play, and he doesn't like it. That's what the problem is.
To me, it sounds like he's trying to come through the door and say, you know what? I make 150,000, and that's all he's offering. But you can't get none of it because he doesn't want to pay nothing for you.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I make 150,000 and period. But don't expect none of it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got a gang of requirements before she could even, get through the door with him. And I'm like, okay, well, with this list, where are you finding this chick at? Outside of escort, which an escort you do have to pay. That I'm sorry, escorts are not free. Outside of that, where are you finding this woman at?
Yeah. Let's listen to some more. Yeah.
Hey, y'all get emotional.
I agree. I was just wondering. I think it's admirable that you've been able to maintain that for 2 years. I don't mean a lot of guys that can do that.
Because there's something wrong with them.
Oh. So are you waiting to be intimate when you're married or a relationship?
Married.
Married. So you're not having sex again till you're married. So the woman you dated, so in the last 2 years, have you been dating women?
Yeah, really not dating because they always worrying about can you pay this bill? Can you pay that? No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Why?
I can't read that. Not really dating because they always want me to pay this. They want me to pay that.
Right.
So you take her to Applebee's and she asks you to pay her PG&E bill? I mean, what?
Hey,
Yes,
I'm going to be on his side. I'm going to be on his side for this one because I have seen it. There's a channel that I watch that he reviews stuff that, is posted on like Facebook and Instagram and whatever that this girl celebrity responds to and calls out stuff on. And I've seen it. I've seen women either talk about the fact that this is what they do or seen posts where women have done this. And that's exactly what they do. They literally, before they're even willing to date you, mostly because nowadays women go on the first date and sleep with you. So, but before they're willing to date you even, you got to pay something. And they'll tell you about how they're hired up on something, some emergency just happened, and see if you'll cash out them the money. That's what it is. So before they're even willing to accept stuff from you, they want to see if you have the generosity, but also the finances to be able to hold them down, quote unquote, like that. So I have seen that. So
yeah, I agree with that. But see, that's the younger crowd.
Yeah.
So that's what he gets. I mean, okay. That's the trade-off.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
That's what they're about. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, Lord. Here goes.
Why do you think you're single?
I'm picky.
Yeah. Well, we see. At least you know that. It's all good. Kwame, why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
I'm a six-figure man. I don't play.
Well,
I'm
you're a six-figure man, but you making her still pay.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do
got
with
to
her.
pay.
Right.
That
That
ain't
don't
got
make no
shit to do
sense.
with her.
80-20. That's crazy.
So then who cares if you have six figures?
Yeah, your
Listen,
six
it's
figures has
exactly what
nothing to
Kevin
do with
said.
her.
It's exactly what Kevin said. Shall we ready for it again? It's what Kevin said.
All right, Kevin said it.
Hmm.
Praise him.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, 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 and Kevin.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But what Kevin said, which makes sense when you think about it, right? Is men don't care about how much money women are making because that money isn't going to benefit them. So if women expect men to protect and provide, right, then men's deal is for them to take their finances to make the woman's life easier, not the other way around. So therefore, men don't care if you make $300,000 a year because when you're going out with him, you're still going to expect him to open the doors and pay all the bills and pay for the trips and the this and the that, right? Your money is not going to benefit him, so therefore he doesn't care how much you make. So on reverse, why would a woman care that you are a six-figure earner if you are so cheap with
Entitled.
your money and miserly with your money? Right?
And you know what? He's old enough to come from the school of thought that it costs to be the boss.
Mhm.
So she's just supposed to just choose you because you have six figures, but you're as tight as Dick's hat band with that six figure. She can't even get a figure off of it. So it's like,
Mhm.
what are you there for?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's weird, honestly, right? Maybe it's just because it's coming from a man, right? Because he kind of sounds like all of the women that you hear, right? The men these days roasting. And I'm like, yeah, no, hearing it all from a man, it all sounds ridiculous. So maybe I just, I'm biased, and when women say it, I don't measure it the same way. But I'm listening to him and I'm like, yo, you sound like a whole irrational idiot, right? Like he just doesn't make any sense. Nothing he's saying makes sense. And you're just like, sir, who lied to you? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. If you do come up, Jessica, we're gonna end up playing the beginning of it again. 'Cause a couple of people came in
Oh,
late, so
yay. Yes, Jessica, please come up. That'd be awesome.
yeah. So we'll finish it out and then we'll go back. So here goes.
To me,
Then what's the benefits of being with a six-figure man? Then she's still gonna be coming out her pocket the same if you made $80,000.
I got the car note. I got the best car. Yo, I will get a Mercedes Benz, whatever. But she's got to pay the food, the light bill, and that's it, and the water bill. That's it.
Okay, I'm not. That's fair. That's how you want to run your household. I'm not gonna judge you on that.
We take
I think everybody has to run their household the way they desire. All right, Kwame. I kind of cut you off, but continue. Why would women be lucky to be with you?
um got my own place, but she's not gonna. We're gonna have a place together. I'm gonna still have my own place.
Wait a minute. So you're gonna
What?
get married, and you're gonna have a house with your wife, but you're still gonna have your own place somewhere else.
Yes, and
Tell
she
me.
got. And she has to do that prenup.
For $150,000?
And she got to do that prenup. He doesn't even. I don't want to say he doesn't believe it. I try not to say what
Girl, it
somebody
sounds like
believe, but
he just got them six figures. He's not been a man in his 47 years. You cannot tell me this man has been making six figures for the last, 10, 15, 20 years. He just started making six figures 6 months ago because he's trying to hold on to every penny of that six figures like, it was the lotto. It's like,
Mhm.
dude,
right.
150,000. If you want to break it down, you're talking prenup for 150,000. That is not that much money in today's age. So this dude, he is new money. He just got this money. He has not been making this type of money. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He,
but
Oh
he-
yeah.
he's not
but
even
why?
comfortable with the money that he's making. He's not comfortable because now he's
Yeah,
like, oh my God, this is the most money I ever made. I don't want nobody to get it.
Yep. He sounds like, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of that divorce court or whatever we watched with the guy who was super generous and loving and caring before he started he got the trust fund or whatever, like that influx of money, or he won the lotto, whatever it was.
oh
And
yeah,
right?
from the
And then
lottery.
after he got the money, yeah, he got the lottery. And then after he got the money, he started being super cheap and miserly and scared of losing the money and paranoid that his woman who's with him way before the money and she's trying to get all his money and now he's prenup and now he doesn't want to marry her and all that. Like that's
At
what he
least,
sounds like.
at least, but no, that dude had money. That dude had millions. At least he had money. This dude, I'm sorry, at 150 G's, he's doing way too much. That is not that much money. I'm sorry. It's just not.
It's really not.
Because at 21, if she's making 60 G's, hell, in 10 years, she could be making twice what he's making.
And did you hear what he said? He said, "But I'm gonna get a Mercedes." So that was his reasoning for she can pay the light and water and the food. That was
Yeah.
his excuse. I'm gonna be paying, and I'm gonna be getting paying a car note. I can get a Mercedes. What? But she already has her car, according to the beginning of the story. She has to have her own car.
Right.
So knowing him, he wouldn't even allow her to drive it. But
No.
With conditions. Everything with him come with conditions.
Everything.
Low to him comes with conditions. That's too much work. That's too much work. She can't even relax. Just listen to everything that he said and all of his requirements. She can't even just let her stomach out. She got to hold everything sucked in and just that. There's no relaxation there. There's no relaxation.
It's not.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to the panel, Jessica.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Jessica.
Jessica.
Hey, ladies. Yeah,
Glad
this
you
is
can
a
make it.
whole mess.
Mhm.
I just think he clearly doesn't see value in women, and his thinking is completely flawed. Because if he's gonna say like, "Oh well, women should date me," I said people for a reason, but women should date me because I have, I make $150,000, which I agree is not a lot of money, which we can tell because he's not even wanting to spend the money.
Girl.
You clearly don't see the value of having a woman in your life. You want it, but you don't see it. And other men that are like approaching 50, I've dated older men, and like they like if they have it, they don't care. Like, yes, they're gonna show you, like, I'm showing you how much I appreciate you, I'm showing you this value straight up, not, oh my gosh, I have to hold on to every single penny. And
Yeah.
what do you do, what kind of job do you have, how much do you make? I haven't had a man ask me how much money I make. So that's
Ever.
very strange to hear a
Yeah, I've
man
never
talking
experienced that
about
either.
that.
He just got that. It sounds like he just got that money and he's trying to hold on to it. He's surprised he got it. Now he wants to hold on to it because he done heard a couple of horror stories from his friends that, make 20 G's a month or a year. And now he's like, oh no, I don't want to end up like them. So now I need to hold on to what I got. It's like, Mr. Miserly, chill out, relax.
Like, can anyone see? Like, I mean, look what he's sitting in. I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, it looks like the budget version of what it's supposed to be. I don't know what it is. If it's some type of greenhouse
That's
or
the garage. Ain't that the garage? It looked like the garage.
I don't know, but all I know, like I said, it just looks like the budget version of whatever it's supposed to be. So as you guys said, it's kind of proof that he hasn't had that money for all that long. But I do also think that it doesn't even matter if he's had this much money. I think he's had enough money to be able to afford gold diggers. I really do, because it seems like every story he has, ultimately what it came down to is he doesn't see the value in women because he picks women that are way above him, right, as far as rankings, and then he knows he's got to pay to play. He's got to pay to stay in her orbit because otherwise he's not worthy of her time. And he doesn't want to get women that are within his orbit, and he doesn't know how to, shall we say, elevate himself. So that way he doesn't have to like pay basically and be crushing himself financially just to be in the orbit of the woman that he likes the looks of, and he likes the age of, and he likes the kid status of, or whatever. And I think that's what his problem is. He has no idea what women's value is because he's never been in a real relationship, like a relationship where we're together because we're in love with each other and we like each other and we see each other, we value each other's principles, and there's actually a really great give and take. I don't think he's ever experienced that at all.
Not. He has
Mm-mm.
not. And I'm going to deal with Dante here. And I'm going to tell you the closest I've gotten as far as anything with money, I was in my 20s, and he didn't ask me how much I made. He said, I bet you make more than me. That's that's what he said. So throughout my life, that's the only closest somebody talked about a
Mm-hmm.
salary. That was it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as far as your comment here, I'm going to ask you to catch a flight. You and me. 3 o'clock. You and me.
Mm-hmm. So he ain't learned nothing. You don't see, he had a follow up, and you said
Yeah.
yep on the way out the door.
Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
Don Tezzi, women have the same mindset. I know this personally. The way women will do it, though, especially in this age group that this
Mm-hmm.
guy's talking about, is let's see how much money we can get out of him, and I'm not giving anything. And I'll let you imagine what the anything is. But yeah, women have the
Mm-hmm.
same mindset too. It can go both ways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And, this is why I say, though, right? People should, like who likes them and date who likes them. But people don't like that because apparently I'm then telling people to settle and, that's just to live a horrible life, settling with people who actually love them and value them for who they are and truly enjoy their company. Um, but apparently we can't do that anymore. Like, I don't know. That's just, it's so gauche now. So now what we have to do is pay for clout, validation, attention in some way or another, right? And the person who's at the lower echelon, right, who's trying to buy their way into the upper echelons, they're the one who has to put out, whether it's money or the imagination thing Jessica said, right? It's one or the other. But
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If I'm dating, I'm not going into all of these side discussions, because the side discussions, how much you make, what do you bring to the table, where you work, all of that stuff, it clouds up, what you like to do, who you are as a person. Because my thing is as you get to know the person, and I never hear any of these dating coaches or these people talking about this, get to know the freaking person. And at some point, getting to know the person, you're going to find out if they have a job. You're going to find out where they live. You will eventually see the car that they're driving. If they got kids, those kids are going to show up at some point. I mean, you're not meeting the person on the first date. You're not looking for that wife on the very first date. She's not looking for the husband on that first date. You're trying to get to know the person. Nobody talks about getting to know the person.
Except
well,
for us. That's about it.
Right. I was gonna also say though, to be fair, I was always looking for a husband. Like as long as I can remember, as soon as I started dating, that's what I was looking for, was a husband. Um, and actually in my generation, right then, this was the time where people were looking for wifeys, right? And like wifeys, and everyone was trying to start life real fast. So people, like a lot of 14 to 16-year-olds were pregnant for, they were ride or die chicks. They were a wifey to some dude who was hustling and could, barely feed himself, let alone her and a baby, but cool. And so people were actually looking for that. In my generation, I'm just saying, right, of the dysfunctional folks, because the functional ones weren't allowed to do all of that. But for those of us who had no oversight, right, we were running the streets and stuff. That's what it was. People were actually looking for someone they could just be down with and they could roll with and they could be themselves with. And then they weren't, thinking very logically, because otherwise you would understand that being 15 and pregnant is not great. But the value wasn't in the money. This is, and actually, I think a lot of women understand this and remember this more than men do. And this is why you hear women talking about Black love being struggle love, right? It's because they remember this era where it wasn't about money at all. So you didn't care if you didn't have two dimes to rub together. You love him and you ride or die to the end, right? We'll make a way because love will show us the way, right? And so y'all remember that, and you're like, hey, no, that's not the way to go either. But
well, that's what you do when you're young. Now, this dude 47 years old. So yeah, he a little bit older, so he can pinpoint a few things. And I applaud him for pinpointing a couple of things. But even out his own mouth, this dude is picky as hell. I mean, super extra picky. But if you find a woman with all these qualifications, what if she smacks? What if she farts, at the dinner table? You want all these specific things, but you haven't even checked to see if, she's got great hygiene. There are other things that, matter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, if you're not picking her up at the homeless shelter, all of these other things, eventually you're going to find out. You'll find out the type of person she is. Nobody can hide their crummy personalities forever. Your crumminess is going to come out at some point.
Okay. Let's listen to some more.
She has to do that prenup.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm not. I'm dead serious.
He trolling.
Explain to me. Okay, explain to me when you get. Explain to me when you get married. Why you have to still have your own place somewhere else?
Just in case it doesn't work out.
Okay, and she has to sign a prenup.
And she's not taking half another month. I do have businesses also.
Really? All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now he got businesses.
Do you really want to get married one day?
He got businesses, so I'm thinking still with businesses and what he do. But I want to kind of wait for that because I got a question for Jessica. It's her specialty.
Okay.
Of course. But I am picky though. So
yeah.
I'm being this is
Oops. My bad. How do this again?
Hello?
Oh darn.
Hello.
Oh no.
I think everybody has to run their household the way they desire. All right, Kwame.
But she's gotta pay the food, the light bill.
I think it's
I'm gonna be lucky to be with you.
Got my own place, but she's not gonna. We're gonna have a place together. I'm gonna still have my own. And she has to do that prenup.
I'll stop there.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm not. I'm dead serious.
Okay, explain to me. Okay, explain to me when you get. Explain to me when you get married. Why you have to still have your own place somewhere else?
Just in case it doesn't work out.
Okay, and she has to sign a prenup.
And she's not taking half another month. I do have businesses also.
Ooh, child. Kwame, do you really want to get married one day?
Of course. But I am picky though. So
yeah.
I'm being, this is what Gemini's does. Be real.
Okay. So here's the requirements. You cannot have kids. He desires 25 to 30. He also desires that you really don't want kids yourself. He'll give you a baby, but he really doesn't want to. You got to make at least 60K. You're going to pay the water bill, the electricity bill, and also the groceries. He got the mortgage and the car note. When you get married, you will have a home, but he will also have a private house that doesn't include you. Can she have her own house too?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to have one house and you can equally both have apartments somewhere else that belong to just yourselves?
Yep.
Okay. Who pays those bills? Each other?
I pay mines, and she could pay hers.
Okay. All right, Kwame. This is gonna be interesting. I really want to see which women, what type of woman hits you up.
All right.
Wait. Give them your Facebook page.
It's Kwame Winston. Easy.
Kwame Winston. Ladies and gentlemen, hit him up.
No, thank you. You want to look that up? Go ahead and look that up on Facebook.
No.
Kwame Winston on Facebook.
No, thank you.
Pass.
I have a song.
Go ahead, girl. You know you want to look them up.
No. I have a song. See, like seriously, I don't know why. Like this remix came into my head while I was listening to him. I was like, "Don't want no broke mind, man. Don't want. Itty bitty, teeny weeny, shrivel little broke mind, man." Now, see, I'm gonna tell you.
No.
Yes, girl. Right? Because here's my thing. This man sounds determined to be broke in every possible, like, not just financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as far as love, charity, any aspect of life and character you could have. He wants to be broke in all of those, right? For what? It doesn't make any sense. It's like literally being with this man, right, would literally make you poorer, broker, and is going to make life harder and exceedingly more lonely and just negative in every way. Like he is literally the epitome of I could do bad all by myself, right? Because you'll do better by yourself than with him. Because think about it, how expensive. Think about how much money you are literally throwing in the garbage by living concurrently in 3 separate houses for 2 people. Okay. And then on top of that, right? So you're living in 3 separate houses with 2 different people. You're supposed to make life cheaper by being in a marriage, by being in a relationship. I mean, marriage is a business. They call it that for a reason. It's beneficial for 2 people to join their lives together, okay? And then to shoulder the load together. And what he wants to do is just add more load. And then you're still, bearing all your burdens alone. So what the hell are you getting married for then? You don't want to raise a family, right? You don't want to even just, fine, okay, at least we'll just join finances. It'll be cheaper if we live together, right? Even 50-50, it's cheaper if we live together and we just put our money aside and at least we'll have more money when we retire to have fun. No, he doesn't even want to do that. He wants to burn through his money stupidly on stuff that is so unnecessary and ridiculous. Like, really? You're going to pay for another apartment for what? 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, just in case the relationship falls apart. So you can always go to your own space once a week when you guys fight. Like, who thinks like this? Oh my God. This is embarrassing.
A lonely man thinks like that.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like he wants his own place because he's trying to live this bachelor life while still getting married. It's like he wants all the benefits of being a bachelor. He doesn't really want to be married because then he's talking about we'll each pay for our own stuff. I'm like, so you want the Oprah relationship, or you basically want the equivalent of that, where you're just kind of friends with benefits or something? Like I don't think he understands the definition of a wife. I don't understand if he gets family and building legacy. Like, what's the point of getting married? Like, why do you want to get married outside of just having a woman in your space and you're not? It's not.
Where's the benefit? Where's the benefit with being with him? Just because he has his own money, which is what he's supposed to have as a man. Right. You should have your own money. So how is that a benefit?
Exactly.
That's a requirement. It's a requirement. Hello.
Yeah. Most men have that at 50 years old. So what's the advantage there?
Right. Right.
Exactly.
Not for anything, but I would take a man who didn't have his own money, who had a completely different mindset and character than him, right? The kind of man who, he is like, hey, we baby, everything is a we. So he's gonna make sure he's taking care of house and home. And I still got to pay all my bills anyway. I was paying all my bills before, but he's gonna make my life easier then, right? So it's not all literally on me. It literally sounds like being with this man, everything would still be on you. Everything. Like it sounds like he's
Yeah.
not gonna cook or clean or do anything for a woman, right? He won't even spend a red cent on a woman. So why would he do things that require energy and effort, right? Like it just sounds like a lonely, hard life that you'd be signing up for.
Now I'm
Oh,
gonna
and
play.
sexless.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the beginning of this because the occupation is what I want to pay attention to because I want
Mm-hmm.
Jessica's feedback.
All right.
You never wanted kids?
Nah, I don't want kids.
Oh, you don't want kids? Okay, we got to that early. Would you date a woman with kids?
Never.
You don't want kids, and you don't want to date a woman with kids.
Nah.
So let's just look. We got to the deal breakers real fast in this conversation. All right, Kwame, what do you do for a living?
I'm a district manager of 5 restaurants and 5 hotels.
District manager for 5 restaurants and 5 hotels. That's so awesome.
Jessica, what does that mean in layman terms?
So he's a district manager. So it depends on what the restaurants are. I mean, it could be upscale, it could be, but it sounds like it's a chain.
It could be Subways.
So he's basically responsible for these restaurants making a certain amount of sales, running properly. He's coming in to make sure it's staffed efficiently, all that kind of stuff. But I guess it depends on where he's working because some district managers can make money, others are not. So I feel like if he's been doing that for a while, he's at 150. He might be at the top of his, like, that may be the height of his career. So I'm like, why is he so okay? So 2 things. I can understand why he might be so concerned about money because he's probably just getting into that pay range. So he may not have, the built up savings, investments, the yada yada that most people would have if he's been making this for a long time. And then 2, I mean, the restaurant business, we saw what happened with the pandemic. It was, I don't know when this was recorded, but they went through a rough patch. I know plenty of people that lost their job. And then,
Right.
we saw, oh my gosh, everyone's going out to restaurants now. We need to pay these people a bunch of money. So what happens when something else happens, in terms of economics, where there's layoffs and people are losing their jobs again? The restaurant industry is not. I was thinking that when I first heard 150, I was like, oh, okay, he might be working tech. Like I can kind of see maybe that's why he's cocky. He's like, yeah, I'm always gonna have a job, whatever. But the restaurant business, I I wouldn't be that self-assured, especially with all these robots taking these jobs. I don't know what the restaurant world is gonna look like. But yeah,
Okay.
I get that vibe for him, like, hey, he's kind of new to this money because a lot of restaurants had to really pay people more money to keep them working, basically.
But he also said hotels. He said he runs 5 hotels and 5 restaurants.
I, that's strange. Like I
That's what he said.
so because if you're a district manager, unless you have multiple, you're trying to run
In
that
New York.
multiple jobs in New York. Oh no, I feel like he might be exaggerating
Yeah.
unless he's talking about because there are restaurants in hotels, but if
Yes.
it's a nice hotel, it's not going to be a chain restaurant. So that's where I'm kind of like, what? What are you talking about?
But like, okay, for example, right? If it was like, let's say the Four Seasons, right? Every Four Seasons you go to is gonna have some flagship restaurant in it, right?
Yeah.
So if you were the district manager for all of the Four Seasons on the East Coast or whatever, well, then technically you are also the manager, the district manager for all of those different flagship restaurants because you're kind of the one who's coordinating the management for all of those things. Okay. But he's trying to make it sound like something that it clearly could not be. You could not be separately a district manager for 5 different hotels or all these hotels, and then also separately a district manager for all these restaurants. Like you literally would not have time to do that. You would have to dedicate to one or the other, right? Like
he just
not
did
what
his
you
taxes.
sound like.
It's tax season. He just did his taxes, and it said that he earned 150,000 last year. So now all of a sudden, he is 6-figure nigga,
And
and he's just so proud
said,
of that. He's trying to hold on to every nickel.
he said he runs businesses too. So he said that later that I heard, and I'm like,
Yes.
And I know
the
district
barbershop, the
managers,
t-shirt shop.
district managers are busy. So I'm just like, and how does that equal what? Like, I would imagine if you're doing all of this, like hotel chains and restaurant, and you have these businesses, I would actually expect him to be making more than $150,000.
It was supposed to be like 400. It's supposed to be 400, 500,000. Like in LA, like general manager, the term will be general manager. Most of the jobs that I've noticed that are like high paying jobs like that, it would be $400,000.
Yeah, in New York. You're in New York, so $150,000 already. I'm in Texas. I'm like, that's not a lot of money.
New York and
gas prices
California.
and stuff.
Yeah, that would be a lot of money.
Cost of things are going up. Inflation has gone up, and especially in New York. New York has heavy taxation. 150,000. Like, I've met men that were making about that, and they have roommates in New York. Like, yeah, my roommate is like, what? You're like 45. What are you talking about? Like, I have a roommate, but like, I'm you're a little senior than me. I don't know about that. This guy, he's giving me all kind of weird vibes.
All right. Welcome to the channel, Real Deal Financial. Thank you.
Welcome.
What's going on? Dude, how old is dude? Because he reminds me of stuff. Oh.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Yes.
Because now, mind you, I am 28. Mind you. And I don't have this mindset when it comes to scenarios. Because I had 3 relationships where she made way more money than I did. And that was because they were all in construction. Building up hotels. Not managing them like he is, but, actually like building up the scenarios. So I learned a lot of my business acumen through them. I'm still cool to them to this day. So when it comes to how he likes to dictate and control a lot of stuff, it needs to be like a tag team. If it's not we, then it has to be like a tag team. Like, you got the left, I got the right. But he's so defensive, and I don't know.
You're right. He is
150,000. I don't know if he's making that much.
No, he's not. I don't believe he is. You know why?
He just did his taxes, his tax season, and he's like, "Oh, what? I made 150 last year." Yeah, he's probably never made that amount of money before in his life, and he's just like over the top with it. Now he's like, I need to hold on. I need to clench and clamp down and hold every penny. And now I'm in the position where I can pick and choose. So let me go ahead with this unrealistic list of
but here's the thing. The reason why I don't believe in the job title that he's saying, right? So my mom was, at one point, she was district and regional manager for Federal Express. And then, she went from having like a smaller district to like the whole West Coast or East Coast or something. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, point is, right? In order for you to have that job, you have to have a knowledge and a knack for certain things that it seems as though he doesn't understand. Let's go back to his life plan as far as what he's expecting for his $60,000 a year earning wife versus his $150,000 a year, how they should divide their resources, right? And live 50-50. And of course she should live she should be paying 50%, right? Of course she should. Of course 80/20 is ridiculous when you make well over double what your significant other makes. Of course that's ridiculous. Like he doesn't seem to actually understand money or money management or resource management or, you know, human relations. Like he just seems to not understand, I feel like basics that he would need to have a very firm grasp of and also like a knack for in order for them to have, especially somewhere like New York, for them to have escalated him up the ladder like that. Like it just feels like he doesn't have that. Like he doesn't work with people. Like look at the way he's interacting on this even. They would have put him in charge of interacting with and being in charge of like hundreds, thousands of people. Really? Him?
Well, a
I'm not buying
district
it.
manager, though, a district manager isn't like a regional manager. They make more money. He's probably strictly focused on New York City. Like that's his specific area versus when you're making more income and you're like the regional manager, general manager, et cetera, you may have multiple, like you cover the whole Northeast, or you know, you have more responsibility. And who knows if he even has developed any leadership qualities? Who knows where exactly he's working? Different. I mean, it's different to be like a district manager of a grocery chain versus an upscale, you know, upscale hotel chain, or he could even be, it could be a motel for all we know. We really don't know all of the details. So, I mean, it really depends on what.
Yeah, we
Oh
don't.
shit!
Yeah, we
Fucking
No, wait.
don't.
Iranian Indian on that
No, but
motel
see, that's
chain.
the
He
thing.
just running it.
We also have to look at what he just said because it's New York. If he said that he was a manager, a district manager of 5 hotels and restaurants, and then he named like somewhere that was basically bumfuck Idaho, I'd be like, okay, maybe, right? Because you know, competition is not as steep there, and you know, the expectations are a little bit different, right? So again, when you go from like once my mom got to regional manager, her actually working with people decreased, right? Because she's working with a lot of paper and numbers at that point in phone calls. But when she was district manager, she was doing a lot of driving from location to location, and dealing with the different management and whatever problems on site as they were occurring, right? So, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he just doesn't seem to have a really quick grasp of just even just basic people skills. Like it just, or explaining himself, making sure that we are clearly understanding the point he's trying to make. He doesn't really exude to me, as you said, leadership skills, or just that air that managers often get. Like he just doesn't seem to have any of it. And to me, New York City, again, I haven't, you know, it's not like I was born and raised there, but New York City strikes me as the kind of place where you have to work your way up the ladder. They're not going to just pick some random dude off the street and be like, you over there, I like your face. You want to come and manage my multi-billion-dollar chains? Like, no, they're not going to do that, right? Like you'd have to have some experience.
I have thoughts on that because I've lived in New York. I'm also a recruiter.
Okay.
And so you may be surprised now. A couple of things. So there are definitely people in jobs where you will talk with them and it's like, how in the world did you get this job? However, it really, that's why I keep going back to, I need to know where this guy is working, because there are places where, yeah, they're hiring. They just need to hire. It's not a great place to work. Whatever, they're going to dish out more money because they just need some people. They may even train you and you can kind of skate by without having good leadership skills or having good communication skills, etc. I just had a candidate that a hiring manager turned down, and I was really nervous about them. They happened to be a Black man, and their communication was like, okay, but I'm gonna pass you along just in case, you know, maybe you can get better on the next call. I'll give you a couple tips. No, they still weren't very descriptive. They were short in their answers. The communication was just off. But they're working at a company that's pretty decent. But the reasons, you know, behind that, you just never know. Sometimes people know of someone that got them in the door, or they're just really good at numbers, and the place said, hey, let's promote them to this job. Let's see what happens. and they're not good at it, but now they're in that job, and now they have to develop a plan that, okay, what are we going to do now? Do we kind of push them out the door? Do we lay them off? Do we turn, what do we do? So this is why I'm like very conflicted with what he's saying, because how he communicates, you can tell a man, especially again, he's almost 50, how they communicate, their presence, everything about them will kind of ooze like, oh, look at this man. He's a leader. He's going to take care of me. I can trust this person, etc. And like you're saying, it's just not there with this guy, and it's probably because of this mentality that he has. And he could be saying anything to this woman. He could say, yeah, I'm this and that or whatever. That's the beauty of online. These men can say, yeah, I make, this and that. But really, have you exaggerated?
No.
Did you add a couple zeros?
No. I'm fixing these niggas credit.
Hold on. Right before you go, I just want everyone to click. Hold on, one second. Just right before you go, I want everyone to check the private chat and just click on that link, because that is definitely, I'm looking, it's definitely the same man. And I want y'all to just glance over the details of his life that he is giving us, starting from, I think, 2002 or 2003. Just while you're going, everyone just take a look at that link. And y'all tell me that anything high class gave that man with that criminal record district manager job. Okay,
right.
sorry.
And while you guys do that, I'm going to shout out those who contributed to the channel. So Sheed is going to sing twice for us. So we're going to shout out Vonda. She has contributed to the channel.
Oh, thank you, girl.
So Sheed, I need you to do your thing. All right. And then we have Miss Kenobi. Let's see what I got a banner for her. Yes, I do. She just contributed to the channel. Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate your support. And you have made Sheed sing. So Sheed, hit it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. All right. Let's see. So, just with glancing at this, I don't know.
But girl, let me say, okay, the first couple of sentences. I was in jail for 1.5 to 3 years for having an unregistered gun in 2002. I came home the end of 2004 on parole. Then in 2005, I went back selling dogs and taking care of my business that my great-grandfather and my father gave me. A lying man named Mark R. Journo from I Speak Inc. came to my business and claimed he wanted to buy a dog. He stated that he found us on our website. The man had a hidden video and microphone on him taping me and my business. The man asked, "Can you train a dog to fight?" I said, "I don't indulge in that." It is on the videotape. This is what I told lying Mark R. Journo from I Speak Inc. Our dogs are bred to hunt wild game, weight pulling, and personal protection. Then the man asked me if I can train the dogs to fight hogs. I said, "I don't indulge in that." I said, "I can train a dog to hog catch." I swear to God, this is like, bro, that's the first paragraph. When you click on his link from the Google search of his name, that is the first paragraph. That is how he wanted to introduce himself to y'all. Okay? Like, what? Come on.
Sad,
Okay.
very sad.
Wow.
Very sad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can have a dog and call Tyrone, and they can live happily ever after. Yeah, I think he's straight.
Yo.
I think he's straight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, apparently this is all entrapment. I think he's trying to explain why his bigger crime that people don't like, where you like dogfight and the dogs die and stuff. I guess he's trying to explain why he was actually in that, but he wasn't in that apparently. He still never really says and taking, like, I think that the business he's talking about is selling dogs and taking care of the dogs before you sell them, right? Because that's all in the same sentence, right? And then in 2005, I went back to selling dogs and taking care of my business that my great-grandfather and my father gave me. So it seems like that was the business that wasn't helping him make a lot of money. So he started, training dogs to fight. Because people wanted dogs to fight in those underground rings or whatever. And he got caught doing that. But then he's trying to set it up like he was entrapped into doing it, I guess. So I don't know why he says it's on the tape. I feel like if it was really on the tape, he never would have gotten in trouble for it. That's just me though, right? But yeah. Now he's saying that he wants to he started this website to encourage people not to judge people, right, who are just working on trying to better themselves. That's what he says, right? When you see someone trying to do the right thing, when you see someone trying to be a productive citizen of our American society, racism is not the way. Judging another is not the way. Instead of an eye for an eye, look into someone else's eye and say, I understand. Though life is hard, you can make it. Right? The KKK American court system is racist system to blacks and Hispanic people. They will railroad you to lying case and set you up for it. Bro, that's how it ends. That's the main page. Now y'all tell me, does that sound like the website of the district manager of 5 hotels and 5 restaurants who makes $150K plus? Come on.
No. And we're going to listen to some more of this so we can let the audience hear it.
Awesome job. Kwame, I'm just curious. Why did you never want kids?
I don't want the headache. I don't want nobody taking none of my money.
Okay. And you don't want to date a woman that has children by somebody else?
Nah, that's too much drama.
That's too much drama. Okay, listen, you know what you want. This is Kwame, New York, 47, no kids, district manager of 5 restaurants and 5 hotels, you said, right?
Yes.
When's your birthday?
June 10th.
June 10th, you're a Gemini.
That's the best sign in the world.
No.
Crazy.
No.
Yeah, we are.
No.
Kwame, let's do it. What kind of woman are you looking for?
She gotta make money. Can't stand no broke woman.
What's broke to you? How much money she gotta make, Kwame?
60.
Okay, she gotta make at least 60.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
150. So.
Say what?
I make 150.
Okay, you make 150, so she gotta make at least 60.
Yes.
Okay. What else she gotta have, Kwame?
She can't look like a beast.
She can't look like a beast.
Yeah.
Okay. What else, Kwame?
Gotta have her own house, like I have mine. She gotta have her own car. She gotta pay her own bills. How to gold diggers.
She gotta have her own house, her own car, pay her own bills. A lot of gold. Okay. What else?
She 50-50. I'm tired of 80-20.
What's 50-50 to you? So she got to pay the bills if she lives with you?
Yeah, she got to help, of course.
But she got to pay half?
Yeah, half, of course.
Why? You're the man.
And she's a woman.
You just said you made $150,000 and she makes $60,000. You want her to go half on your $150,000? That don't even make even to the plate.
It doesn't matter. She got to at least have 60, at least that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, let's say she has 60, you have 150, you still have more than her. So half is not her half. Your half is not her half.
But that's what I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to have more than her, no matter what.
So, okay, so just ideally, I just want to make sure I understand. Y'all live together, there's a mortgage. You expect her to pay half of the mortgage?
Nah.
Okay.
You
got the mortgage. Okay, fair enough. What does she have to contribute to?
The light. I got the car note, so light
Okay.
bill, water bill, food.
Okay. All right. So he got the mortgage and he got the car note. You gotta take care of the groceries. Let's keep going, Kwame. What's the age range you want to date?
21 to 25.
21 to 25, and you're 47.
Yeah.
Really,
I
Kwame?
don't want no,
Ridiculous.
I don't want no older woman. They have too many baby daddies.
You are you being serious or are you trolling me?
Serious, real serious. I'm
Okay,
a Dem-
but okay, 30 is 17 years younger than you, and
Yeah.
that's still older. Like if you say like 30, 35, but 21, like 21 and you're 47,
about 25 to 30. That's better for you.
what's okay, the last woman you dated, how old was she?
30,
Okay, 30. So why do you want to go younger than 30?
because she had so many kids, I couldn't deal with it.
So you basically want a woman with no kids.
Yes.
And you want a woman at that age that doesn't want kids ever.
No, they want. Oh, we can, but
Yeah.
it's gotta be.
Okay, now you confused me because you told me you didn't want kids and the lady can't have kids. So,
Really don't want kids, but if she want kids, we could get. No, I don't want no lady having kids. I don't have kids.
I listen, I respect that. I'm not gonna give you pushback on your desire and that way. So, but I just want to be clear because when you started off, you said you didn't want kids ever. Now you're telling me you're open to having kids with a woman.
Really, I'm not open. Let's be real.
Oh God.
I would have a kid. You understand?
Okay.
But I don't want no older woman. They have too many baggage.
What about a 30-year-old woman who does not have kids?
That's rare.
There's plenty of 30-year-old women with no kids.
But what did he say? He doesn't want no what woman? Open woman?
I don't have any kids. I'm over 30.
I'll
My
go back.
assistant's in here. She's over 30.
I would have a kid. You understand?
Okay.
But I don't want no older woman. They
Older.
have too many baggage.
You don't want no
older. Okay, sorry.
Older woman.
That's
With all
right.
her baggage. With all her baggage.
There's plenty of 30-year-old women with no kids.
Right. Where?
Everywhere.
I don't
Everywhere.
have any kids. I'm over 30.
I don't have any
My
kids.
assistant's in here. She's over 30. She doesn't have kids. There's women.
Rare.
Huh?
That's rare. That's like playing the lotto.
Okay. So you haven't met a lot of women over 30 with no kids. So this is why you want 25 to 30.
Yes.
Have you ever dated a woman in her 20s at your age?
Yeah.
How does that work? Why don't those relationships last?
Why it didn't last?
Yeah.
Oh, they party too much.
So you're gonna run into that every time you date a woman in that category.
All the time.
Huh?
Not all the time.
Okay. Let's keep going. Does woman gotta be in New York?
No.
Okay. You told me she gotta make a certain amount of money already. When was your last relationship, Kwame?
2 years.
When was you don't gotta answer this question, but when was the last time you was intimate with a woman?
2 years.
So you haven't had sex in 2 years? I wouldn't expect that. Tell me why.
Why should I wouldn't even, should I? Okay.
Yeah.
Having sex with women is not always good. Y'all get emotional.
I agree. I was just wondering. I think it's admirable that you've been able to maintain that for 2 years. I don't mean a lot of guys that can do that.
Because there's something wrong with them.
Oh. So are you waiting to be intimate when you're married or a relationship?
Married.
Married. So you're not having sex again till you're married. So the woman you dated, so in the last 2 years, have you been dating women?
Yeah, I'm really not dating because they always worrying about can you pay this bill? Can you pay that? No.
Okay. All right, Kwame. Why do you think you're single?
I'm picky.
Kwame.
Well, we see. At least you know that.
Because you ain't paying no bills, nigga. That's why. That's why.
It's all good. Kwame, why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
I'm a 6-figure man. I don't play.
Well, you a 6-figure man too.
Boy, bye.
Please pause
Man.
that word. What?
As
Wait a
of
minute.
tax time this year, I'm 6 figures, and I ain't trying to pay for nobody's bills.
I don't know. I don't think that's smart because the nigga really making 65. So the auditors, they gonna be on his ass. Oh, 150? Nah, 65. Nah, you said 150 on here. Not 65. Nah,
I agree,
65.
real deal. He probably making about 65. I agree with you. I
65. That's why he said 60, because the 50-50 is pretty much even playing field for him.
He basically also says it. So in the video I just posted in the back chat, he basically says it around, we'll say the 1 minute and 20 or 30-second mark, somewhere around there. But it's in the first couple of minutes he says it, because he says that again, but it's got to be 50. I was supposed to serve, a woman's supposed to serve me just like I'm supposed to serve her, right? But it's got to be 50-50. Like both people got to be bringing in, 50, 60,000, right?
What is he
Both people
serving?
bringing 50, 60,000.
What
So
is
if
he
he's gonna,
serving?
that's but I'm saying though,
What is he
point is,
serving?
but the point is that he says in the video right there that both people got to be bringing in 50, 60,000. If you're making 150K, wouldn't that be in your video you made 3 days ago? Because this is like 3 days ago you just said this. So both people got to bring 50, 60,000, not just one of y'all. That means he's bringing in 50, 60,000.
She might as well date herself. I mean, there's no benefit to dating him. There was nothing beneficial. The only thing he was saying is basically he ain't no schluppy dude. He can take care of his basic needs, which is the basic. It's a requirement. It's a requirement.
Well, he want to live the luxury of, my wife is married, but I'm single. Type of, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat my cake and walk too.
But he don't even want that because he doesn't even want to have sex until marriage.
What? Wait, whoa.
Yes,
So
sir. He's waiting for sex until marriage. Yes.
He did say that.
Again.
I don't know, man. Maybe in a halfway house, man. Look behind him, man. Because you
Real
say
deal. He said it's something wrong with you if you can't hold on to your sexual urges for at least 2 years. He did it. If you can't do it, it's something wrong with you. That's what he said.
Oh, god damn.
It's something wrong with you. What's wrong with you? What?
This nigga boring, man.
Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Let me see. Share screen.
He's looking for a unicorn. That's what it is. He's looking for a unicorn.
You need to go to sleep then, and then
He said,
while he's dreaming. There it is.
Yes.
21 to 25.
He's very confident, though. He knows exactly what he thinks I mean, he's lying about his whole life. I mean, he literally is proving, Char, exactly what we've been saying, which is that 6 years ago, why was it that all these dudes were broken? Now they're all six-figure niggas, right?
Is that really him?
That's
all
him.
The single ladies. All the single ladies.
Don't you see the same background? You got the same background on the wall. It's the same man in the same place. This is 3 days ago. 3 days. 3. Okay. Go ahead.
Like I said, he in a halfway house. I'm telling you, he's in a halfway house. I'm telling you, this is not a garage.
That's the unfinished room. That's the unfinished bedroom. They haven't put the drywall up yet.
He's working on it. He's building. He's a builder.
Girl.
I would say all that, but
okay. Let's see what he says.
Skip the first 10, 15 seconds because he's just rambling about how there's black people all over the world. Skip that part because it's annoying. Yeah.
It's annoying. Okay.
It's a lot. It's just he rambles a lot, man.
Girl.
Well, let's get to know him now. Getting to know you.
I'm talking about black men.
Char is so nice.
Are in every, culture, Spanish culture, all over, right? Being in a relationship is a service. Both parties have to serve each other, right? You in a service thing. Black women are not like that. They want you to serve them and that's it. They don't want you to, they think giving up they private spot is serving you. No, it's not. You got to serve mentally, physically, and all kinds.
Isn't that physically? if you never mind.
Wait, serve it.
You know what?
Serve you, right? But it's supposed to be 50-50, 100-100, not 80-20. I don't give
Nothing's
a fuck what
50-50. Nothing's 50-50.
Yeah, he's confused. He just said 80-20 as you mentioned in this video on the show, and now he's okay. Here we go.
Is he from Queens or is he from the Bronx?
I don't care what
Maybe
Steve
we'll
Harvey
find
said.
He
out.
might be a queen from
Both
the Bronx.
people got to bring.
My mother's
Yep.
from Queens.
We might
I'm an
find
LA
out.
dude, but my mother's from Queens.
Okay.
In 60K or 50K together. Each people got to bring in, and the black women, right?
See?
Stop being a worker, right? Stop being a worker. Sell products, sell stuff. Be your own boss, and plus be a manager of that place that you're working for, not a worker. Not
Sell your own products. Sell your own. Be your own boss, and
So,
be a manager at that place that you work
Right.
for.
you know what? I'm going to go back to something he said. Now, he said he's looking for a 21 to 25. Then he changed it from 25 to 30. But he said she can't be no beast.
Yeah.
Sir, I'd like for you to stand up and I'd like to see your waist size. I would
Oh, he's
love
huge.
your waist size. Can you please pull that t-shirt up and let's see your waist size?
Girl, just Google Kwame Winston. Just Google it. You'll see screen caps that show him down to his weight. He big. He a big
While
boy.
he over there being extra picky. I'm sorry, but a
Mhm.
man has to bring more than 6 figures to the table. He done
Or at least
he
6
done gave
figures.
us about 50 requirements for this woman, and all he talking about he bringing is $150,000 that he just started making, and he don't play. That's what he said. I don't play, and I make $150,000.
There you go. But I agree with you, Vonda. He just made that 150 last year. He was able to sell some extra dogs because some people, the dominant society, they buy them dogs. And folks were just coming out last year to come out the house. Oh yeah, they bought some dogs, got some PPP loans, and got them some dogs. Oh
He
yeah.
is not fooling me. I'm sorry, Kwame. You do not fit the requirements. I'm picky too.
Well, remember, I mean,
Not
Kevin did say to buy a dog and die alone. I guess a lot of people decided to take his advice and help Kwame out. Kevin said.
Well, there you go. Kevin said.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin.
Oh my God,
that was hilarious.
cat was hilarious with
my God,
hair. That little hairless cat was hilarious.
What the hell was that? That was amazing.
That was random.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that was random.
Kevin, he did say, and apparently it really helped the brother out, right? And now he feels like he's on top of the world, and he's a big boss of life, and he can educate. He can educate
He's not my brother.
everybody. I mean, I don't know. He's only got evidence that at least 2 people know who he is because he's got 2 whole subscribers, right? But, at least 2 people think he has godlike advice. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Kwame, we praying for you. Hopefully you will find that unicorn, and not just in your dreams. You're gonna find that unicorn of a dumb 25-year-old woman who's just waiting around for this choice. He sounds like he's trying to offer up like the best deal. She ain't got nothing else going on for herself. She better snag this and grab it and run.
Let's play some more of this.
Minimum wage. Be a worker to the T, to a manager position. I'm not talking about assistant manager. I'm talking about general manager or district manager. Whatever y'all doing, You got to push yourself. You cannot be upset. Yo, you cannot be down and about. You cannot be mad about the world. Yo, I was mad about the world so many years, right? I learned this. I learned it. You cannot be mad about the world. They will always bring up your past. They will always try to down discredit you on your past.
Mm-hmm.
They always worrying about your past. We worrying about the future. Fuck the past.
Okay.
The past is the past. But uh, Caucasians, African Americans, they always bringing up the past.
Okay.
You did this, you did that. Like your sin is better than my sin. I got caught for
What?
my sin. You didn't get
What?
caught for your sin, but you're
Did
gonna
he
get
just get
caught
out of
when you
jail?
see
What is
your
he
maker.
talking about?
Yes,
He sound like he been to prison. What is he talking about?
My
he did.
sin,
Remember?
my sin.
I done
Oh,
paid
Girl.
Clubhouse
the price. I
philosophy.
done did my time. So you don't bring up my past and the time I did, things. So
Right. And he mad because these Asian and white folk are holding him accountable and not wanting to give him the come ups he wants in life because he's a felon. Right. But the thing is he's mad about that because that sticks him with his own people, and he don't like his own people, obviously, because they're just not as good as the white people and Asian people who are telling him he's also not good enough, right? So it puts us all at the bottom, and he doesn't like being at the bottom. So why can't everyone just act like the white and Asian folk? So that way
girl, and
he don't have to be
apparently
alone.
and apparently some black woman who has children has judged him too because he's feeling
yeah.
some type
Mm,
of way about that. How you gonna
true,
judge me and you got kids? You
true,
you older woman with children. How are you
right,
gonna be judging me? He feeling some type of way about that. I can hear it. I
right,
can hear it in his voice. It's in his
right.
throat. I hear it.
Exactly. Everyone's done all this criminal stuff. The only difference between us and him is he got caught for his sin. Hmm. You just ain't been jailed for your sin. But they should jail you because no sin is better than any other sin.
That's right.
Y'all just think you better than him, but you're not. Okay? All
Yeah.
right. Hmm. Like,
See,
wow.
Manuel, you a fool. He on somebody's registry. You are a fool. That
Oh
he just might
shit.
be. He just
Hmm?
But
might
people
be.
don't
Ah,
understand
damn.
that though, right? Yo, like real people do real things, right? They say real things, and I'm a realist, no matter what. The lying has to stop.
Real deal says real things.
Right? The
Um,
line has to
Black
stop,
people
y'all.
need to stop killing black people, and we
Whoa.
supposed to be fighting for rights,
That's
for
a
our
shift.
rights. Y'all scared to go after the man. Y'all scared to be united.
Mm-mm.
It's scary to be united. But yo, relationship is a equal thing. A equal thing. And I say it again, fuck Steve Harvey with that 80-20. Real facts. He takes 20 and his wife takes 80. To me, that junk is crazy to me. It's crazy. It is the insane man don't supposed to be your daddy for the rest of your life. You supposed it's service for
Get
both
it out.
person,
Get
serving both person, not giving your toto away, yo, not cheating, right? Just cooking. It's supposed to be you supposed to cook, he's supposed to cook. He's
Oh,
supposed to clean up, you supposed to clean up, or y'all clean up together, y'all cook together. It's supposed to be a joint fucking shit.
he wants a roommate.
A joint shit.
You
But
see?
yo, people don't
Exactly.
understand that though.
He's
But
just
yo,
tired.
mm-hmm.
that's
What
why
the hell?
I be learning a lot. I learn a lot in living in this world of evil times. Been evil since beginning of times. But yo, blessings to everybody, man. Yo, blessings to everybody. To everybody. Black women, black king, black queen. Yo, all races, all whatever, y'all gotta serve each other and stop having babies by just having babies. Yo, get the shot. Get the shot. Get what, yo,
Oh
stop
my
having
god.
multiple baby daddies. That's another
It's a
thing.
trip.
I can't stand that shit either. Stop having multiple baby daddies. Work it
There's
out
a
with the
shot for
man.
that now?
Stop taking the child
Girl.
and using it as a prom in chess, like a prom in chess, right? You use the kid. Oh, you can't see him. You got to give me money. That shit is crazy. That's another thing, black women. Stop doing wrong to
What does
black
that have to
men.
do with him? Doesn't
Real
he have
fast.
no
He
business
doesn't
on
even have
that
any
land?
kids.
And
Why is he
Right.
stop, black
complaining
men.
about that?
Stop doing
Right.
Matter of
wrong.
fact, you need to do a full background check. This nigga probably does have kids. Because only
Of course he
dudes that
must.
have kids have
No,
that
he was with
argument.
a woman that had like 5 kids and he was helping her
Mm.
raise them. And then something went
Wait.
wrong with that situation.
Oh, okay.
He had a 30-year-old because he dated a
And
30-year-old
she had too many
2
kids to
years
count,
ago.
apparently.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and that was his last relationship with the 30-year-old.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what Bismarcky had to go through. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
Okay.
kidding.
I'm
Okay.
gonna buy the halfway house that he's living in, and I'm gonna kick his ass out.
Okay.
We will figure
Okay,
out
but
which halfway house he's.
I would like to speak on something that he said.
Uh-huh.
Now, he
Mm.
did bring up Steve Harvey. I am
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
no way a Steve Harvey fan, but you know what? I heard Steve Harvey say some words. Now, he's married to Marjorie right now. Marjorie, very beautiful woman,
Smart.
and there was a time, and he's known her for years before he even got with her. He knew her for years, but he wanted her. So there was a time where this man did not have a job. He was in between, I guess gigs, and he wasn't always, the Steve Harvey that he is today. He was
Yeah.
he was at one point a broke Steve Harvey. And he pushed up on Marjorie and he said, "Yeah, I've been wanting to get with you and but right now, the way my bank account is set up, I just don't have the money like that." You want to know what Marjorie told him? Come back and see me when you got a job.
Okay.
She told that fool to do an about face, get out of her face, and come back and see her when he has something. Do you know he didn't come back until he had everything? And
All
what did he
right.
do? He got the girl. He got the girl that he wanted.
Damn.
He
Okay.
wanted her. She told him, come back when when you got that thing going. Come back and see me when you got that going on. And it didn't deter him and go, "Oh, you old gold digging. Oh, she just wants my." He got the money, and guess what? He came back and he got the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you see him with her, he is just cheesing and smiling and just as happy can be.
All right. Cool.
She's smart. Marjorie's strategic on that one.
Well, she did play it right. And one thing about Marjorie ain't never been about, no brokenness, but never heard gold digger, coming from her. But that would be quote unquote classified, in, the terms that they use as a gold digger.
Right. But she had standards. People are allowed to have standards.
Thank
And
you, Ruby.
women
Can you say that again?
should.
Did you say standards?
Yeah, standards. Women are allowed to have standards. In fact, women should have standards. And even Jordan Peterson, right? All the men want to ignore this when he says this, right? But even Jordan Peterson says that not only should women have standards, they should have more strict standards than men. Why? Because they're the ones who get pregnant. That's what they're the ones who get pregnant. Pregnancy, for all that we like to talk about teenage moms, it's so easy. Like in the Black community, we forget that like pregnancy is a risk to a woman's life for real. And women do literally die from just normally giving birth every day. Women die. Like it's a dangerous hardship on a woman's body. It changes your body forever. And I'm not just talking about the ways that men are attracted to women, like your boobs sag, right? Like your ligaments are all stretching, your hips separate. All these things happen, right? So women should actually have higher standards, because they are the ones that if y'all have a drunken night, they are the ones who are going to be carrying that baby, who are attached to that baby forever, who lives change forever. Whereas in men, honestly, let's be real, men, their brains don't start rewiring until after the baby's born, which means that whole 9 months, they can walk away and honestly not really hurt from it the way a woman would. So women have standards, should have higher standards. So if they say, yo, you don't work, come see me when you have employment, that's not them being unreasonable or being gold diggers. That's them being reasonable. Men's role is to protect and provide. I would not find it unreasonable if a man said, oh, you don't cook, you don't know how to clean, you don't know how to take care of nothing, come see me when you develop some, domestic skills. I wouldn't think that's unreasonable, right? Because women are nurturers. They should be able to feed their damn family, right? Like, it's a thing. Why is it every time a woman has a standard for 2 seconds, we want to act like she's being unreasonable? She's not.
But if she would have got with the broke Steve Harvey and he got her pregnant and never got up on his money, oh, she chose wrong. She should have known better than to get with him. She should have waited until, it's like, stop it. Women are going to have standards. Let them have their standards. And if you can't measure up to their standards, move on to the next woman. It's really that simple. Just like the woman that he's looking for, this unicorn woman that he's looking for. Hey, if she got kids, you need to step on and move to the next one, because this one with the kids, she ain't the lucky one. You go find that lucky one. Go find her.
Right. Exactly.
I think with chicks with kids. I think this is all banter. Drunk banter.
Yeah, I think because the last woman he was with, he got attached to the kids, so he felt some kind of way, and the girl, she was just too through with him. He's the one that was attached, and that bothered him a lot. That's what I'm thinking that probably happened. But regardless, he's pointing at y'all. He pointed. You see, Vonda, he got his finger pointed to you.
Girl, no, he don't.
You better do better,
right?
he better flip it back around. He is not looking at me.
You see that? His finger there. You see that, Jessica? He pointing at you.
Kwame is tripping.
Talking about your sin. He said your sin is no better than his sin.
He paid for his sin.
You
didn't pay for yours.
That's because he said he's 6 figures. See, yeah.
This dude needs to slim down, man.
No, here's the thing about this guy. Okay, he's the kind of guy, because if you like, I did, right? I decided, let me just Google the guy to see what comes up, right? And so, first of all, he actually does have he has one YouTube account that's all about dog stuff that actually has like 20K subs, and it's all about dog stuff, something about bulldogs. I can't remember the name. But then he started this channel. And this channel is literally for him to whine about women, right? That's it, mostly. But then if you look up all of his other stuff, all he's done for years, since like 2010, is talk about these lying humans and how he's been unjustly persecuted and unjustly this and unjustly that, and poor him, and why are people accusing him of this? Like, he doctor tests too much, like times a million, because I've never seen someone who has obsessed themselves to this degree of complaining about being, what was even the charge? I don't even know, because all he does is cry about it and show court papers and then cry some more about it and whatever. It's like, he's one of those dudes, like if you were with him, he would be the worst, because all you would have to hear about is him bitch and whine and moan and complain and whatever about how wronged he has been. People have treated him so wrong. They've done so wrong by him. The court system did him so wrong. Everyone did me wrong. Poor me. Wow. Like, that would be him. Like, that's what he is. Right? Like, seriously, that's what he is. And at the end of the day, remember I said, I'm like, no, this dude is mad because he wants to be in the sexual marketplace. He wants to be a 9 or a 10 to women, and he's not. Sorry. You are not select, bro. You're not. You're not a high value man. Okay, according to Kevin's definition, you might be a high earner, you might be a Henry, but you're not a high value man. As Kevin said.
Kevin said.
Kevin said, and 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 Kevin. And what about Kevin? And Kevin doing good work. And Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin, and Kevin.
Shut up.
Girl, I still cannot get over he really actually said all of that. Like,
Girl,
it blows my mind to watch a grown ass over 40 man do that. I can't get enough of it. It's amazing.
I find it quite amusing. I find it quite amusing because it's like, I mean, I would have never believed if I didn't see it. Shut up. And Kevin said, and girl.
That was it. Well, Kevin, like it's like a cartoon when cartoon characters like bounce from one side of the screen to the other. That's what he was doing. Yo, I can't. I'm done with you, Char. I'm done. But that's the whole. Actually, I don't even remember what I was talking about. My mind is so hyper focused. Oh, good. But no, here's the thing. He wants to be rated a 9 or 10, and he's not. His looks, even if you go back 15, 10, 20 years ago to his videos, he was not rated looks wise. He's not high. He's average looks, right? He's a 5 or a 6, maybe a 4, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. Right? He's average looks, right? Average earnings or less. But then it knocks him down a few pegs. Sorry, sir. You have to make way more than 150K to compensate for your felony, A, and B, your lack of wanting children. So it's like that literally knocks you down further pegs. So sorry if you want
his waist size. I'm sorry. He is not, the quintessential, visually like attractive man, for him, coming out his mouth saying he don't want a beast.
Right. Right.
He the beast.
Yeah, he's just like, standing right next to the beast. It's like,
I mean, the thing is, he's let himself go a lot. He's gained a lot of weight in the last 12 years, a lot. So that shows someone who, when you let go of yourself to that extreme, it's like, okay, well, you don't care about yourself. You're not working on yourself. You're not taking care of yourself. But he's hypercritical about women and about everyone else, right? Like everyone else is failing for not doing all the things he's not doing. He's lying about his career. He lies about his accolades. He lies about everything, right? Like, dude, the only way you are going to get a woman who's 21 to 25, real talk, is because she mostly, I'm not saying all, but most women want children. Maybe not right away, but they want children eventually. They want that possibility. They want children. And if they're going to have children, they want one with an invested father and an invested husband and a protector and a provider. He's none of those things. So that means you're going to be getting with the 21 to 25-year-old for a fun time right now, which means you're going to have to pay to play, bro. And that's all it is. Because there's no point on a woman who's under the age of 30 or under the age of 40 who hasn't had children, right, and actually wants them, investing in you in any way, unless you're paying her for it. Real talk. Either with experience, money, taking care of stuff, making her feel protected and provided for. Like, what do you think this is? Like, he thinks relationships are about, like, the same thing that finding a roommate in college is about, right? You just got to find someone to help you pay the bills, and do half the housework so you don't have to do it yourself. Like, bro, that's not what a relationship is for. So what a marriage is for. And no one told him. Seriously.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate your support tonight. Tomorrow we do have article reactions. We got some articles. We got some Kens and Karens. So make sure you tune in for that. We may have some updates on some stuff. Who knows? And for those of you that do not know or do not remember about the article reaction show, I will play the commercial on the way out. And then Sunday, I got one more test stream just to make sure my internet is stable before I just say, okay, I'm going with this company. And that'll be the test stream. I already have it posted. It is Sunday, 9:30. No, I think I have it for 9:45 p.m. So check us out then. And never know what we're going to talk about on that test stream. You never know what you're going to get. But probably Kevin going to say something. Possibly.
Oh,
More likely he will, yeah.
Possibly my ass. So it's a definitive, definite for sure, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna say some. Okay.
Mhm.
But I want you guys to have a great night. Thank you so much again. And
Sure, I want to
two,
say thank you. I
you're
also want to
welcome.
say thank you for supporting my channel. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Could be both because I met
Shuri.
Cherie. And then I was there the day before, but I couldn't join because I was cooking. You always come on when I'm cooking. So, but
Did you get the link? Did you get the women's grants link to be able to share to your audience as well? Because I
I
did put the
did it.
link
Yes, you
in that
did,
chat.
but I didn't go back in to post it. But yes, I do have access to it.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
So
those
thank
are
you so
also
much.
Canadian grants as well, Ruby.
Yeah, and I was surprised about that. So
Cool.
yeah, I was surprised about that. But yes, I like to share that, any information I get that can help somebody, I do share. So I want to thank you so much again. You are the real deal. That's why I support you.
Thank you to everybody on the panel. I appreciate everybody. Char, please tell me the next time that you want to be able to have a Chicago real estate type of panel, and we can be able to get in scenarios where I can help people in that area to be able to get some properties. 'Cause I got a lot of people in the Midwest and New York. But it's
Okay, we'll
funny,
see
I'm
what we
here in
can
LA.
do.
It's weird. It's all East Coast.
Yeah, okay. We'll see what we can do. All right.
Okay.
And you guys stay safe, be cool, enjoy your tomorrow. Again, tune in tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And until then, peace.
Cheers, y'all.
Peace out, family.
Hey, folks, it's your nighttime, it's your right time DJ Music. Make sure you join Char Willie each and every Saturday, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, for Article Reaction, right here on your local YouTube channel. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe to Article Reaction.